Hello everybody, welcome to Moti's English class. Today we are going to teach another interesting topic. What is the topic? The name of the topic is what is communication? And this is perhaps the most important topics which is essential and valuable not only to the students of beginners but also professional students, students of MBA and all other students. So what do we mean by communication? Communication is the exchange of ideas, information, knowledge, feelings, emotions, etc., etc., etc. Okay. So what is that? So what is this word? From which source it has come from? Communication has come from the Latin word communicare. From the Latin word communicare. And what is the meaning? The meaning is to share. To share what? To share knowledge, information, ideas and all these things. So this is perhaps the most valuable mode of communication, and without communication nobody is successful. I will give you one example. Perhaps the present Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi. So Narendra Modi is a good communicator. That's what his skill. He communicates with the people of the world and he makes himself as one of the finest communicators so far we have observed in the post of Prime Minister. So now this communication is very important, which is the tool of success, which is used as the tool of success for engineers, doctors, graduates, undergraduates, MBA students and to all other students. So communication, let us begin. What are the aspects available in communication? Why is it important? What is the value of communication? So let us begin. So there is a cyclic model of communication. All of you look, communication is a model, is a process. And what is that? There is a cyclic model. What do you mean by cyclic model? So rotation, cyclic. You have seen a cycle, bicycle. What is a bicycle? So the tires are moving and here cycle. Cycle means the process of rotating, and here communication is a cyclic model. And what are the important components? Who are the important components of communication? And here I start this model, all of you look at it. First one is the sender. Who is the sender? Sender is that person who sends messages, information, ideas, knowledge, emotions, feelings, whatever you say. So that's why look at the cyclic model. So it moves like this. It moves like this in a cycle. So that's why at the beginning there is a person. That person is known as sender. Next one is coming encoding. What do you mean by encoding? Encoding means giving a code to that message. Language is a code, figure is a code. So there are color is a code. So anything can be a code of language. One example I want to give you. Earlier, during the days of the kings, what was the method of communication? The method of communication, the tool of communication done by the parrots. The parrots, or in Hindi we call it kabutar. So they were bringing messages from one place to another. The letters were attached to the legs of the parrots and in that way messages were given. So my point is encoding. What do you mean by encoding? Another example. Suppose you want to say I love you. If you say I love you to a girl, definitely the slap will come. Slap will come to your cheek. Why? Because it is not acceptable by everybody. This is not the way to say I love you. How can you say I love you? For the beginners, those who are teenage students, how can they say I love you? They should not say directly I love you. They should use some code language. Example, all of you know the famous code for love symbol is there. There is a love symbol there. So you can use that love symbol or another one there. You can use I love you in letter or in figures. Example, how many letters are there in English? 26 letters there. You follow that method. So I, what is the numbering of the letter I? So that's why that is known as coding. Why I said all these examples? Just to tell you that how code is important. You give one code, but your code is not understood, then communication is lost. The process of communication is not effective. That's why such a code to be applied which is understood by the receiver. So who is giving the coding? Sender or the receiver. Both can give the coding, but this code should be understood by the sender or the receiver. The next one is channel through which it is passing. Example, mobile phone is a channel, laptop is a channel, internet is a channel, letter is a channel, word is a channel, language is a channel. So these channels are used. Okay, so we are using different channels of communication. So channel is very important. Channel also has to be very effective. And the next one is decoding. So when the receiver, who will pick the message? Receiver. When the receiver will pick the message, definitely he or she has to decode. Coding and decoding, opposite word. Coding and decoding, opposite word. So coding, the sender is given by the coding. Decoding, the receiver has to decode in order to read the message. Decode means understanding, opening the message to understand. That is known as decoding. Then coming receiver. Who is the receiver? The person who receives the messages, that person is called the receiver. So that's why communication is a cyclic. How it is cyclic? Next point will prove that it is cyclic. So once the receiver has received the message, what receiver has to do? Receiver has to communicate to whom? To the person from whom he has received the communication. From whom he has received the communication? Sender. So he has to give his feedback. He or she has to give his feedback. Feedback is the answer of the receiver. It is going to whom? Going to sender. So that's why communication is a cyclic process. Communication is a two-way process. Communication is a rotating process. That's why in order to make the communication effective, we have both ends should be effective. Sender should be effective and receiver should be effective. Channel should be effective. Coding process should be effective. Then only the cyclic process can take place in a smooth way. So this is the cyclic model of communication. All of you know communication is a two-way process. It cannot be one way. If I communicate, but my receivers don't understand it, they don't explain it, they don't accept it, then the communication has been lost. That's why it's a cyclic process. Now the next important point, all of you look, I am here, here it is written, look at the line. Modes of communication. What are the modes available through which communication is expressed? Communication is communicated. What are the modes? The first one, formal and informal. What do you mean by formal and informal? Let me tell you. Formal means official. Informal means non-official or unofficial. So definitely there are a lot of formal channels and some unofficial channels are there. So communication takes place between formal and informal channels. When you write a letter, there are two types of letters. One formal letter, one informal letter. When you write a letter to your friend, that is informal letter. When you write a letter to the collector, that is formal letter. So what is the difference? Formal letter is more official, more rules are maintained, more decorum is maintained, but in informal letter, that is casual. you are not serious. You are not serious about the language. You are not serious about the theme. So that is the difference between informal and formal letter. The next point is oral and written. Look at it. What is the mode? Oral and written. How communication takes place? Communication takes place in two modes. That is oral and written. So in a lifetime, we are using oral communication the most. One example is the family is the best example. In your family, when you talk to your parents, when you talk to your sister, when you talk to your grandfather, when you talk to your brother, how do you communicate? Normally, oral is the best method. Where do we apply written method? In the office, in the business, in the formal channel, we are using written method. That's why written communication is 100% or more percent or maximum, that is formal. Written communication is mostly formal. For your examinations, what you write, that is formal communication. Interview, what you write, that is formal communication. But when you communicate in home, in your family, that is informal communication. That are two types available, one oral as well as written. So interview is a formal, that is oral, but it's a formal. But when you talk in home, that is oral, informal. Next, internal and external. What is that meaning? One example. Suppose Saraswati Science College. It's an organization, it's a college. Whatever communication taking place, that is internal. When the principal of Saraswati Science College communicate with another principal of Shalepur College, Ravenshaw College, JKVK College, that is external communication. Okay. So when we communicate, when the members of an organization communicate among themselves, that is internal communication. That's why here I have told you the difference is internal and external communication. So internal communication takes place among the members of the organization and external communication takes place among the members of external bodies. So from one organization to other. And next one is verbal and non-verbal. What is that? All of you look. Verbal communication. Verbal means words. What do you mean by verbal? Verbal means words. What do you mean by non-verbal? Non-verbal, without words. So one question to all of you. Okay, the best question. We communicate maximum through verbal or non-verbal? Answer is non-verbal. Answer is non-verbal. So that's why both are important. With the absence of the one, the presence of other is almost not possible. But if I say what is the most important one or which is the most important one, definitely non-verbal is the most important one. Why? Because through non-verbal, we almost communicate 55% of communication through non-verbal. You can ask me, sir, give examples. You are only teaching. Yes, the best examples of non-verbal, the signs, color, charts, tables, diagrams, all come. One example, best example, traffic lights. Red light. Red light, what is the communication? Stop. Green, what is the communication? You can pass, you can move. Yellow, what is the communication? Ready. You can start but ready. So look how lights communicate better than words in traffic lights. So what is another example? So another example, two crossbones. You have seen the two crossbones. What is the two crossbones signal or symbolize? It symbolizes danger. It symbolizes danger. So instead of writing danger in words, you just make two crossbones, definitely it gives you more meaning. So in that way, non-verbal. Another example, I am just giving a lecture in front of you and suppose my body language is more important than my words. If I just stand like a robot, and deliver my lecture, then it is boring. But I am making what? I am making my facial expression. I am making my eye movement, I am making my hand movement, gestures, postures, all make this communication vibrant. That's why that is verbal and non-verbal communication. Then just below, all of you look, what is that? Communication skills. How you can communicate? You can communicate through the communication skills. And what are the 4 skills available? Here, LSRW. And LSRW, that is also called the 4 common skills. What does L stand for? L stands for listening. L stands for listening. A stands for speaking. R stands for reading. W stands for writing. So these are the 4 common skills which are always vital in communication. With the absence of the one or the other, your communication might fail. Your communication may fail. So L, S, R, W are the 4 common tools, 4 common methods of communication, which is always important. Nowadays, we call these 4 skills as 4 common skills of communication. Now let us move to the left side of the board. And what is written there? Types of communication. This is very important part of the communication. And how many types available? 5. What are the 5 types? First one is horizontal. First communication is horizontal. And next one coming vertical. This one coming vertical. And next one coming diagonal. Next one coming interpersonal. Next one coming grapevine. So you can ask, sir, what are these 5? Only you have uttered the names. We don't have any ideas. So let me clarify one by one. So these are the types of communication through which official and non-official bodies communicate. First one is horizontal. What is a horizontal line? Horizontal line is always a straight line. Horizontal line is always a straight line. What does it mean? Horizontal communication means the communication among the people of same status and same rank. Example, one principal is communicating with another principal. One director is communicating with another director. One student is communicating with another student. One section officer is communicating with another section officer. One collector is communicating with other collector. So what is the advantage? The advantage is that the communication is always better because people of same status and same rank always communicate. But what are the demerits? You can ask me, sir, what are the demerits? Demerits are many. It is not always possible to make communication among the people of the same rank and possible. One example, suppose you are working in a software company. In a software company, there are a lot of hierarchies available. Hierarchy. What is that hierarchy? Top level officers there, medium level officers there, lower level officers there. So you can't always, it's not always possible that higher officers always talk with them, lower officers always talk with them, middle officers always talk with them. That's why in the modern day, communication is a crisscross method. Communication takes place among all the people in the organization. That's why it is very difficult and there are a lot of demerits of horizontal communication. Now next one coming vertical. What is vertical? All of you know the vertical lines are not like horizontal line. What is the vertical line? I am giving the example here. Look, so vertical, this is the vertical line or it can go even downward. Look at it. Vertical communication is of 2 types. Vertical communication is of 2 types. What is that? One, you know, upward. This arrow stands for upward communication and this arrow stands for downward communication. So vertical communication always of 2 types. One, you know, upward and the next one, you know, downward. And in upward communication, what is the method? What is the purpose? The lower officers communicate with higher officers, that is known as upward communication. And what is downward communication? When the higher authority communicates with the lower authority, higher bodies communicates with subordinates, that is known as downward communication. So the downward communication comes from the higher to the lower, and upward communication goes from the lower to the higher. So when lower officials, lower bodies communicate with higher bodies, that is known as upward. When higher authorities communicate with lower bodies, that is known as downward. The next coming interpersonal. What do you mean by interpersonal communication? Very interesting point. Who is a person? Person is an individual. He may be a man or she may be a woman. And here interpersonal communication implies the communication among different people. The communication more than two people, that is known as interpersonal. Intercaste marriage. What do you mean by intercaste marriage? Intercaste marriage means, one caste with the other. One caste with the other, that is intercaste. Similarly, interpersonal. When communication takes place between two or more persons, that is known as interpersonal. And another communication is there, that is known as intrapersonal. Let me write down. What is that? That is intra. Look, I am writing here intrapersonal. You can ask me, sir, what is intrapersonal? Here I can give you one example. What is internet? What is intranet? What is internet? What is intranet? Internet is the World Wide Web. That is the communication. That is the internet is the communication of communicating methods. It communicates, it links all other. That is internet. What is intranet? Intranet is the communicating channel among one organization. Among one organization, that is intranet. The net facility available to one organization, that is intranet. And internet, all of you know, it is the channel. It is the communicating master of communication. It communicates links with all other bodies. The next coming, grapevine. What is grapevine? This is the only informal channel of communication. Remember, horizontal is formal, vertical is formal, diagonal is formal, but this one, grapevine, is informal communication. What is grapevine? Grapevine is the gossiping in the tea stall. Grapevine is the gossiping in the tea stall. And grapevine, all of you look, gossiping in the canteen. And grapevine is one of the fastest method of communication among the world, because it never follows any principles. Look at the line. Horizontal, it has a principle. Vertical, it has a principle. Diagonal, it has a principle. But grapevine is one of the fastest communicating channels in the world, and your tea time gossiping, canteen time gossiping, or teacher is not available inside the class, what do? You gossip, and your gossip is so interesting. Suppose students are not allowed to gossip, human beings are not allowed to gossip, they will be mechanical, they will be boring tools. That's why informal channel is most important. How these formal channels are working? Because of the informal. As informal in a office, suppose that office is very strict. The chairman, director, all are very strict. You are not allowed to talk inside the office. Then your life is bored. You feel bored. Why? So that is known as grapevine. When you get a leisure hour, lunch hour, during lunch hour, what you do? You talk about your personal matter. You talk about the outside world. So that channel is one of the fastest channels of communication. Just one left out, that is diagonal. This is the most modern method of communication. What is diagonal? In this present world, in the modern world, communication can be horizontal. Why? I have told you, horizontal communication depends on the communication among the people of same rank and same status. It is not possible that a principal will always talk to principal. A director will always talk to director. This is not possible. In a modern company, in a modern office, all are allowed to talk, all are allowed to communicate, and this is known as diagonal communication. Means communication can go in any direction. Communication can go in any direction. A clerk can talk to the director. A director can talk to the SO. A SO can talk to the higher manager. Senior manager can talk to the branch manager. That is known as diagonal communication. So almost I have touched all the points, but there is still another interesting model and interesting question for you. Suppose I ask you one question. How do you communicate? We communicate through words. You can say, sir, yes, we communicate through words. Second, we communicate through body language. Yes, sir, we communicate through body language. If I ask you one question, what are the two best voices available? What are the two best voices available in Bollywood? People always confused. But the answer is Amitabh Bachchan and Om Puri. These are the two best voices of India. Okay. Now communication depends on tone. Now I am taking a class and look at the modulation of tone. How I am making the variation of tone. Suppose I say you that, definitely tone is important, words is important, and body language is important. Suppose we take all the things 100%. Can you say what is the percentage of communication done through body language? What is the percentage of communication done through words? And what is the percentage of communication done through tone? Astonishing. You will be confused. Through words, only 7% of communication done. Only 7. Tone, 38% of communication done through tone, variation of tone. Suppose I say, who are you? Then you got fear because I am a teacher. Just entering the class, I said, who are you? Why didn't you do the task? Then you are nervous. Suppose you approach your beloved. You are a lover. You approach your beloved. How do you approach? I love you. Your tone, look at the tone. You are using a soft tone. Suppose you say, I love you. Definitely you get the next answer, what? I reject you. I don't love you. You ask, why you don't love me? Because your tone is very bad. You don't know how to use soft words. So that's why tone consists of 38% of communication. Then body language. What is the percentage of communication done through body language? 55% of communication done through body language. 55. Now you calculate and mathematical calculation you do. You do the mathematical calculation. What 7%? Tone 38. 38 plus 7. You just calculate 45 and body language is 55. So this is the Mehrabian model. This is the Mehrabian model of communication which expresses that communication takes place among 3 channels, 3 modes, 3 methods, and this is done through that. So this is all over today's class. Bye bye. See you next. Thank you very much for watching this video. Thanks a lot.